Welcome back, guys, to Gold Mining Simulator. I don't remember putting these back in here, although it's quite likely that I did. So, yes, the river is frozen. I forget if... Yeah, I have to pump it in separate. And it cannot run both to that and to the Hogpan at the same time. So, we're going to loop this up and put that in the truck for now. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is, because we have a lot of gold we gotta go through, sleep for an hour. That should unfreeze the water. Hey, look at that. Not detonator. How's this hose looking? I can't scan the hose. Whatever. What I'm going to be doing is two different types of episodes. I'm going to be doing a time-lapse series, like a time-lapse episode first, and then I'm going to be doing a jump cut episode because we got a lot to do. We got a lot of gold to mine. And, I don't suppose you guys want to watch me take hours and hours and hours and hours to do this. So I will be probably time-lapsing most of this. Actually, you know what? I'll probably do this as a jump cut episode. Because I use OBS, and OBS has this neat ability to, pause recordings as we go along. And so I will come back once we have gotten, say, these 5 buckets filled up. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alright. Just wanted to let you guys know that we finished the first set of mats. I'm going to go ahead and dunk them. Don't knock over the bucket, Brandon. Bucket is full. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. And I will come back when we get the next bucket filled. Alright. We're back. We can cut that off. Aha! Perfect. I timed this just right. So we processed just under 15 cubic yards, earned 6.16 ounces of gold, and we paid 1.85 ounces in rent. Ah, that's good coffee. So let's grab all of these. Let's move on to the second bucket. Good job, Ghost Rider. The bucket is full. And I will return to you once we're ready to fill the third bucket. I really got to figure out how to hotkey this. I'm certain that there is a way to hotkey it, but I don't know. And at this point, I'm too afraid to experiment. So every time I have to do one of these jump cuts, I alt-tab out of the game Alt-tab, like I Alt-tab over to OBS, hit the pause button. And then do my digging. And then when I get full mats, I Alt-tab again. And resume recording. So, see you guys when these mats are full again. Alright guys, mats are full for a fourth time. If you take a look up at our gold though, you'll see that we're up to 3.4 ounces. So funnily enough, I was about halfway through filling up these mats, and we got a gold nugget event. It was just over 2 ounces. So maybe I haven't reached the proverbial limit just yet. But we've gotten close to it, so they're just going to be less frequent. Sorry I couldn't capture it. Because again, I'm doing these jump cuts to kind of spare you the boredom of watching me do this. But, you know, things happen. Anyways, I'll be back when we're ready to fill up that 5th bucket. Alright guys, the 5th bucket is ready to be filled. Someone stole part of our cash. What a rude person. I don't think they stole a lot, but still, how rude. It's actually an event I have never seen before. Alright, let's get you started up, and you started up. And we will start processing the gold. And we'll see how much we get from these 5 buckets. It should be another 4 ounces or so. Oh, I knew that there were random events, but I didn't know one of them was a thief event where they just stole money out of my back pocket. There's also another event where, like a bear comes by, and if you don't have employees, if you have employees, they scare the employees off. But if you don't have employees, they switch to a chance to tearing up your hoses. Alright. While we wait for that, let's fill these buckets up. So we can get ready for the next washout. Or clean out, or whatever the terminology is. I think a clean out's reserved for the bigger equipment. Alright, we got 3.5 ounces. Well, that's discouraging. I was hoping we'd get more. But that's okay. We got some. Diesel pump needs to be topped off. No. Pick up the whole thing. I think we'll do one more clean out. And then I'm going to run into town and smelt and sell the gold. And then we'll see if we can start buying some of that big equipment, because there's a few more things I need, but it's not a lot. We need an excavator. I would like to get the fuel trailer and get that stocked up with fuel. Could just buy a few jerry cans, but I'd like to get the fuel trailer. The magnetite separator, the magnetite trailer. And there's some odds and ends that we'll need, but I will come back to you guys more ready to fill a bucket. Alright. As you can see, the temperature has dropped a little bit. Let me turn that back on so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Oh no. It is just below freezing. The water has not begun to frozen yet. Or has not begun to freeze yet. I swear I can English. And hopefully it doesn't. But I'll let you know if anything interesting happens while we're working on the second set. Alright. Ready to fill up the second bucket. Also, it's no longer snowing, so the sun's come out. We're at a sweaty 45 degrees. At least for an Alaskan springtime. I will be back momentarily. Alright. That took about an hour of in-game time. Which is like 5 or 6 minutes of real life time. So I'm actually like looking at my recording time right now. It's at just about to hit 13 minutes. So we've actually saved a lot of time by doing this. I may do this for as long as excuse me. I may do this in future episodes, but again, I still want to try and I gotta learn how to do a time lapse proper in DaVinci, which is the editing program I use. And once I figure that out, then I'll queue up an episode with some time lapse and we'll figure it out. Be back soon. Alright, time for bucket number 4. Oh, by the way, since it's the Steam Winter Sale right now, you can actually get Gold Mining Simulator on sale, along with the vast majority of its DLCs. The only one that is not on sale currently is the newest one, which is Gems and Glory, which gives you a new claim to work on. It introduces gems, destructible environment, and hazards that you gotta clean out. You gotta build a bridge. There's actually a whole lot that they did with this claim that's really cool. And that DLC I think is only like $8 or $9. So go check it out. I'll see you when this bucket is ready. Alright. Let's get this 5th bucket filled up. And then we're gonna... Oops. And then we're going to head into town, or we're going to process this gold, head into town, sell what gold we have, and see what equipment we can get. Alright. Let's see here. Start you up, and the processing begins. Now I get a chance to sip from my coffee. I'm hoping we can hit 10 ounces. If we can hit at least 10 ounces, then I get a feeling that we can move on to tier 3. Don't know for certain, but I have some confidence. Because the small excavator is not near as expensive as the big one, obviously, because it's smaller. And the processing trailer is only like 9 or 10 grand. So, but if I had to choose between the two, like, obviously if we can afford the small excavator, we're going to go for that first. To buy it now, because every day we get closer to summer, things get more and more expensive. So, what I'm going to do is do some prep work. And we're just going to put that there for now. And then grab this, because I want to top off the fuel in that. Survey says 3 ounces, so we're right at 10. That's good enough, I think. Okay, let's go chunk this in the truck. Okay. Put that there. Disconnect that. And then we're going to grab that, connect that there, and start it up. And the reason we're doing that is I want to start filling this up. And it's gonna take a hot minute. So is this disconnected? Yes, it is. Game. All right. Let's head into town with the spoils of our labor. We should be able to afford at least a small excavator. Loady, loady. So I actually looked into this. The reason why this game has a stuttering issue, it's not actually a stuttering issue. They do load zones. So as you move from one area to another, when you see that thing up top right that says loading, it's loading in the next part of the map. So it's kind of like how old games, when you would transition from one area to the next, it would do like a little animation to unload the current map and load in the new map. They did the same thing here, only they did it to where it all happens naturally. So let's smelt everything. It's going to cost us about 1,000. We're going to lose an ounce, so let's find out how much that small excavator is. Because we are just down the road. And we have to wait for that gold bar to get ready anyways. Oh, look at that, Christmas tree. Alright, how much is the small excavator? Okay, so we will be able to get that. I don't know how much more we'll be able to afford. Gold bar is ready. So it should be just shy of 9 ounces. It should be like 8.99. What does it say? 8.9. Perfect. Let's go to the bank and sell it. That's a nice car. All right. Sell gold bars. It's worth 10,000. All right. Perfect. Let's buy that and get that moved over to the claim. Because that's going to cost money too. Get it transported. Check out one small excavator. Perfect. Transport. Transport cost, move your machines, 1,500. Okay, so we got 8,200 left. And we do have to keep some money on hand because we do old Arnold. 30%. Minus that 2-ounce gold nugget, so we don't quite owe him the whole amount that we made. But we will owe him a pretty penny. Open sesame. Alright. Mobile wash plant, we can get that. it needs... I forget if this runs off of a generator or if it's powered. We'll figure that out. And I think I'm gonna need... I got low voltage. I think I'm gonna need a high voltage cable. It's been so long since I used one of these. We're gonna grab one just in case. And so we'll have power, we'll have the water, because we have a water tank there already. This is broken, by the way, right now. Mobile fuel tank. If only we had enough for it. We're at 7K. How much is the magnetite separator? Can't afford it just yet. That's fine. Order that. So we chunk the high voltage in the back. And I do need to cheat to back this thing up because my character can't look like directly behind him all the way. Perfect. Now let's run by the station. Because I need to top off my truck. It's at a little less than half. And I need to top off the jerry can. You didn't see nothing. Alright, we got 1,000 in our pocket. Yeah, so high voltage there. And we hook up a water line to it somewhere. I forget exactly where. Probably right there, maybe? I forget. We will figure that out when we get to the claim. And then we can start digging. A little bit wild and crazy on these roads. This trailer is heavy for this truck. But the truck can pull it, that's all that matters. Ooh. She getting a bit squirrely back there. Yes, I'm aware there's story pieces around here. One day, I swear we'll get it. But it's not this day. There's our boy. I wonder how much fuel comes in it to start. At least a quarter of a tank, I think. Alright, so where are we going to get started in this field? Like in this main claim. It doesn't necessarily matter. Like it does, but it doesn't. Yeah, you know what? This is as good a spot as any. So I need to hook you up here. We're going to drop you right there for now. How much water's in that thing? Wow. We actually got the thing full. I was not expecting that thing to get full. Huh. Let's go ahead and roll this up. Chunk that in the back. Chunk that in the back. I want this generator because we need the power. And I want the wave table. We're going to put good enough. Then we'll hook the water up to the truck. And move it closer to go. Disconnect you. All right. Put you there. We can hook you up now. We'll put you right there. I need to top you off with fuel. Because Lord knows you're going to need... Oh goodness, we're going to empty this whole thing. This thing holds a lot more fuel than I thought it did. And I think it is... That connects... Is it a small hose that connects to it? If it's a small hose that connects to it, that's fine. I just honestly don't remember. Because like I said, it's been a hot minute since I had to use one of these. Small hose is way back here. Because I only got one. Let's pet the dog. let's feed him. That's a good dozer. Probably should have brought the truck because I'm going to need those buckets here in a second. Oh, I'm only half stupid, I swear. Oh no. This doesn't have a small port on it. Oh, mistakes were made. Mistakes were definitely made. I wonder how many people are yelling at me about that right now. Put that right there for now. Yeah. Did not mean to do that. At this point, I should probably just draw the line out and hook it up direct. I'm leaving a bucket at the Hogpan area just to make it in case we need to get some easy money. I say easy money. One bucket will suffice for everything over there. So yeah, you hook up there. And you don't have a small connector? No, you don't. Damn. Okay. Trying to figure out a way that we could do this. We might have to run in town and get a, yeah, you know what? We're gonna run into town. I'll be right back. Alright. We're here at the shop. Open up. There should be a reducer. Water splitter, here we go. Takes a medium and comes out to 4 smaller ones. You know what, we're also going to buy a couple extra jerry cans. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this stuff loaded up. I'm also going to top these jerry cans off. At the fuel station. Why are you like that? Oh, you're like that because of that reason. going to top these jerry cans up, and then we'll head back to the claim. Be back in a moment. Alright. We're back at the claim. Put you there. This is probably the least efficient way to do this, but... Game? Why you have to be like this? Okay. So it's got water. Oh wait, hold on. And start you for a second. Okay, so it's got power and water. That's all hooked up. Okay. So that works. What was next? What was next? The buckets. Alright. So we got the bucket. We got the power. We got the water. Now we just got to get the excavator over here. Okay. So how much fuel does this thing have? About half, okay. Let's see here. Operator mode. Lift that up a little bit. Driver mode. Take the brake off. There's no way to actually tell how much fuel I got in this thing in here. Huh. Interesting. But we got half a tank of gas, or half a tank of diesel. So we can actually get started. Now, I have not drilled this claim. I don't know where the hot spots are. But Old Arnold is one of the kindest, gentlest claims there is. It's pretty even distribution. There are a few hot spots, like I think 10% of this claim is hot, while the rest of it's, you know, decent. So yeah, baby. Okay. Let's see if I remember how to operate this thing. So I gotta get this set up to where... Oops. Wrong button. This is where I have trouble. Okay, so that's bucket controls. That's extended. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Trying to figure this out on mouse and keyboard is actually rather difficult. But we have begun the process of... Oops. We got a 2-ounce nugget. Nice. Oop. We still got some dirt in there. Another little bucket full ought to do us. Crap. Oh, wait. It's almost full. Let's see if we can just tip that into... Ah! Okay, whatever. Turn the lights off, kill the engine. Alright. Start you up. Start you up. Said start you up. Why don't you work? You have water hooked up to you. You should work. Oh, I don't actually have to start you. You just pull out naturally. Let's see if we can be slightly optimized in our ability. Probably not, but... Trying to remember these controls is insane. There's another 2-ounce nugget. And we'll just do this, even though it's highly unoptimized. Oh, we're spilling dirt. am not a crane operator. I am a truck driver. This does not have wheels. I am not instinctively able to operate it. Like, if it's got wheels, I know how to operate it. However, this does not have wheels by default. It has tracks. Which means I am not blessed with implicit knowledge on how to operate it. There we go. Now we're free. This would be far easier with the controller, but I don't have one, so we just struggle. I'd like to get this bucket full. Or this bucket full before calling it into the episode. Don't tip out all the pay dirt. What time are we at? 55 minutes. Okay. There's another nugget. Technically, we would be breaking the wash plant by putting that bucket inside it, but nope. Okay, hold on. Let's do. Dang it. It's not a full claw bucket, but There's another 2.7 ounce. Now we're cooking with propane. Propane and propane accessory. Fuel is low. Yep. I know, we're about a quarter of a tank. Maybe closer to an eighth of a tank. But I'd like to see what this wash plant can do before we call it. I know the efficiency of the wash plant is at, like this tier 2 is not great, but with the amount of material we're rolling through. We should get something decent. Plus, we have found almost 10 ounces in random nugs. So, at least there's that. We have found 12 ounces in random nugs, excuse me. Apologies, game, I didn't mean to insult you. But at least we'll be able to afford the fuel trailer now. Oh. It did not like that. Dang it. I keep wanting to hit R and I keep hitting E. Not used to having to use 3 fingers to control something, so at least like this. keep getting such tiny bites. Because I'm so bad. I don't know how I keep doing that, but it's starting to scare me. Hold on a second. How did you run through all that water that quickly? Oh, good night. You ran through 2,000 gallons that quickly? Over 2,000 gallons. Well, this is a problem. Now I gotta go fill this thing back up. Which means, wait a second. I'm going to need the pump. Why does everything hate me? It's because I'm bad at what I do, I know it. Okay, whatever. We'll call it here. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to pause until I can get... No, you know what? I'm going to end the episode here. It's been just over an hour. And we'll see what I did. Like, we'll see how I did in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like if you like the video. Let me know what you think about the jump cuts. Once I learn how to do time lapses, we'll figure out time lapses. Anyways, don't forget to say your prayers, read your Bible, and don't forget, God is always with you and He loves you. Toodles.